Hey there, it's Jenna from the Intern Hustle, and lately, one of the most common questions that I'm getting from students is how can I find a remote internship or a virtual internship? And it makes sense because COVID has changed everyone's plans, and remote work, not just internships, is something that companies and employees alike are getting a lot more comfortable with. So to help you find remote internship opportunities, I've rounded up 10 different sites that you can use in your search. And I'm sharing what I like about each of them because they all bring a little something different to the table. So hit that like button if you're looking for some remote internship resources, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week on this channel. Hey there, I'm Jenna Ryan from the InternHustle.com, and this is Initiative Muscle Monday, helping you to start each week with an intentional step toward a successful future. Let's do this. Really quick, before I dive into the 10 sites that you can use to search for remote internships, I want to point out a couple of videos that I've created in the past that you might find helpful. The first one I created right at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, as students started learning about internships being canceled or postponed. And in this video, I share multiple internship alternatives or ways that you can still get experience even if you're struggling to get an internship at the moment. I encourage you to check it out after you watch this video because there are some great suggestions for ways that you can continue to learn and expand your skill set beyond the traditional internship route. And the other one I want to highlight is my video featuring online jobs for college students. If you're looking for some creative ways that you can make money from the comfort of your dorm room, apartment, or whatever, then this video is a must-watch as well. The last point I want to make before we dive in is that I'm going to use the term remote internships in this video, but you can easily swap it out for virtual internships. I know some companies call them remote internships and some refer to them as virtual internships. But to keep things simple, I'm just going to say remote internships through the rest of this video. Okay, on to the 10 sites that you can use to search for remote internships. Starting with the place I go first for everything, Google. I know, you're probably thinking there is nothing groundbreaking here, but Google really is your best friend. There are way more than these 10 sites that I'm sharing for remote internships that exist out there on the internet. And the only way you're gonna find the ones that are most relevant to you and the experience that you want is by searching on Google. So when performing a search, I recommend following a formula similar to this: the industry that you're interested in, plus remote internships. Simple. For example, if you're interested in a career in sports, type sports remote internships in the search bar. Or you can try sports virtual internships. Another word that you may want to include in your search if it's important to you is paid. This will narrow the results, but if a paid internship is a priority for you, then try sports remote internships paid. Do yourself a favor and go beyond the first page of the search results. For example, when I go to the third page for the results that show up for sports remote internships, I found a site called workinsports.com, and it's a job board that is specifically designed for sports-related opportunities. If you have a specific role that you're targeting, the search formula works in the same way. So you can put the role that you're interested in plus remote internships. That's the formula that you want to use for your search. So for example, software engineering remote internships or marketing remote internships paid. Give Google a try when you kick off your search. Go beyond the first page of search results and see what other sites are out there that are specific to the industry or the role that you are interested in. Next up, Handshake or your school's job listing site. So Handshake is one of the most popular platforms that schools and more specifically the career centers at schools use to aggregate internship and job opportunities for their students. And this is a great place to start because the companies that post opportunities on these sites are looking for students and recent grads from your school. Just like you. I can't guarantee how many remote internships are posted within your school's job listing platform, but again, more and more companies are moving in this direction. And the only way to find out if they have remote internships is to get on the site and see what is there. So to see if your school uses Handshake or another job listing platform, I recommend going to your career center's website. Or you can go directly to joinhandshake.com and enter your .edu email address to see if your school participates in the platform and set up your own account. The third way for you to find remote internships is one that focuses only on paid and remote internship opportunities. And I'm talking about a company called Simba. They're relatively new on the scene, but Simba just announced the release of Simba Slate, a job board dedicated to paid remote internships. Their model is quite simple. They aggregate available internships that pay and embrace remote work. They cover a variety of career fields, and you can sign up to be a part of the Simba community on their website and start accessing all of the remote internships that they've compiled. I'll link to Simba and all of the other sites mentioned in this video in the description below. Next up is LinkedIn. Honestly, after Google, LinkedIn is always my first stop. And I'm not just talking about LinkedIn's job board. Yes, you can use the job search feature within LinkedIn to search for remote internships. But there are also a ton of other opportunities that companies and people share in their LinkedIn feeds on a daily basis. And a lot of times they share these to their network via the LinkedIn feed before they even post them to a job board. So if you're consistently on LinkedIn and you're following companies that you're interested in or even relevant hashtags, then you have a good chance of hearing about an opportunity first. Now, there is some strategy to using LinkedIn in order to connect with people and increase your chances of landing internship and job opportunities. And I actually offer a free masterclass for students where I go over things like this if you are interested in learning more. To register for my LinkedIn training, you can head to the internhustle.com/LinkedIn and see if there are currently any dates available. But again, it's a free training and it's jam-packed with actionable advice for you to get LinkedIn working for you as a student, especially ways that you can find opportunities like remote internships. I'll include a link for you to access this free training in the description below, but don't underestimate the power of LinkedIn. It is not just for experienced professionals. It's also for you, the student looking for an internship. Moving right along to the fifth site where you can search for remote internships, Idealist. Idealist is the place to search if you're looking for a remote internship opportunity with a tech company, especially a fast-growing startup. Simply create an account on the Idealist site and you'll have access to internship and job postings from thousands of startups and tech companies. These are the types of companies that are usually most open to remote work. It's often already a part of their DNA. And this website is very popular in Silicon Valley as it's also a place where people can invest in early stage startups, which means that they care a lot about quality control and the job postings that they have are legit. It's a must-visit site if you're interested in a remote internship with a startup company. Another site that you can check out is Cove Intern. This site, as you may gather from the name, came about right at the beginning of COVID-19. And I actually interviewed the founder, Wade Fletcher, who is a current student at Indiana University back in May. I will link to that video interview below if it's something that you're interested in checking out. Cove Intern was created to reflect the status of internships as a result of the pandemic and let students know if they were canceled, as well as acting as an aggregator of remote internship opportunities across a number of different career fields. I checked, and as of today, the internship status feature is no longer relevant because no one's really posting anymore about their internships being canceled or postponed. And a lot of the remote internships listed on the site are from a few months back, but there are some current listings, and at the very least, you can use this site to research the older listings and see what companies have been open to remote internships in the past, and then you can reach out to them directly to see if they have any current opportunities available. The seventh site for you to check out is Idealist. This is a great option for finding a remote internship with a nonprofit or an opportunity with a focus on social impact work. Like many of the other sites, you can search their internship and job listings and filter by remote, compensation, and other factors that are of interest to you. Again, you can find the link to this site in the description below. 3 more sites to go, and next up is one that you have likely checked out before, Internships.com. This site is owned by textbook company Chegg, and it's been a resource for internship opportunities for a decade now. There are thousands of companies and internships listed, and you can filter by remote to narrow down the results. If you haven't checked out Internships.com for remote internships yet, it is definitely a great place to start. Another site with a focus on students and recent grads is WayUp. You may have heard of WayUp before, as they are the organizer of National Intern Day, where internship programs and interns are recognized for their contributions. You can create a free profile on WayUp to start searching for opportunities within their database and start getting discovered by employers who are looking for students just like you. Seems like a no-brainer to me. And finally, number 10 on my list today is not unique to internships, but it is a great place to search for remote internship opportunities. And I'm talking about Glassdoor.com. Glassdoor is a job listing site like others that you may be familiar with, such as Indeed. But what I love about Glassdoor is everything else that it has to offer. For example, not only can you search for remote internships, but you can also learn more about the companies directly on the Glassdoor site. You can read reviews from past interns, past employees, current employees, or even people who just went through the interview process. And you can get insights into the popular interview questions and even data about salaries if you're interested in seeing what potential a future job at this company could look like for you. Even if you don't use Glassdoor to search for remote internships, I recommend looking up companies on this platform before you go into an interview. It's just another way to help you do your research and show up more prepared. There you have it. I just shared 10 sites that you can check out right now to search for remote internships. There are a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to put in the work to find them. Submit a solid application, including a tailored resume and cover letter, and follow up with a good balance of persistence and patience. You've got this. Good luck with your search. Let me know in the comments below once you land a remote internship. I would love to celebrate with you. And check out my video playlist on this channel titled Virtual Internship Success Tips for all of my best advice for making your remote or virtual internship a success. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you some new insights today, please give it a like and share it with a friend or two. Hit that red subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on future videos. In support of your hustle, I'm Jenna from theinternhustle.com, and I'll see you next Monday.